Hello traders, hello everyone, my name is Grega and welcome to our new video analysis. This time I will talk about more on cryptocurrencies. As you know, this this asset has also moved to the downside since last Tuesday, Wednesday, when we got firstly better than expected US CPI data, and then also FED raised decision who hiked by 50 basis points, but they said that they could actually slow down the pace, especially if this inflation will continue to come to the downside. However, we still have seen drop on stocks, which is quite interesting, possibly due to some recession risk. Okay, so on the other hand, US dollar did not gain much, but it stabilized. Okay, so if stocks will continue to the downside, US dollar will either rally or just keep consolidating. So in risk off mode, as you know, cryptos will normally move to the downside, and what I'm looking at here is just trying to look at this latest wave structure as simple as possible. And you can see that I have three channels here, and each time when we saw this channel broken, the market continued to the south, and this has occurred here in big red wave 4. Then you got some overlapping price action, but in this overlapping price action we can also count potentially ongoing 5-wave movement. However, that's not an impulsive price action, it's basically an ending diagonal, okay, where we have these overlaps between waves 4 and waves 1. So this overlap is actually allowed, and what we are seeing so far is a very nice decisive break out of this bear flag, if you want. So we could be maybe on the way towards new lows here. Of course, it really depends also how the stocks will be trading around holidays. We may see some slow price action or maybe even some holiday reversals, who knows. But from an Elliott wave perspective, I really do not see this bottoming just yet, but I think that next year this could be quite interesting for cryptocurrencies. Maybe if Bitcoin holds the support around 13,000, let's say 12,000 to 14,000, that's the key support. If we see a bounce from there, then I think that this wedge pattern, okay, if you're not familiar with an ending diagonal, then maybe you are familiar with the wedge patterns, then these wedge patterns could also signal for a turn, especially if this upper trend line would be broken. But firstly, as I said, we should see a new low print, then turn to the upside. Okay. Also, if you look here on just a second on Ethereum versus Bitcoin, let me try to find it. Maybe this one. Yeah. So here what we see is actually that market is somehow is moving sideways, is consolidating. So it means that if Bitcoin is coming to the downside, well, then probably alts are doing the same, if not dropping even more, some of them. However, I still think that Ethereum could be doing quite well when cryptocurrencies could potentially bottom. But as I said, maybe sometime in 2023. For now, we are not there yet. And what I'm looking at this ratio, Ethereum versus Bitcoin, is that we had some very nice recovery here, okay, to September highs. And then from this September highs, what we have seen is actually just sideways consolidation. So I think that this is just a pose that could be a little bit deeper, but there's a 61.8% that could be quite interesting. So if we see maybe Ethereum come to the downside in line with Bitcoin, Ethereum could maybe in the short term could fall a little bit more. But I think that when Bitcoin will potentially complete that ending diagonal here, okay, that's when even Ethereum, in my opinion, could turn to the bullish side, because it already shows the bullish structure versus Bitcoin now. Okay. However, there is still ongoing correction that should fully unfold first. But as I said, maybe in 2023, Ethereum could be quite interesting. Also, let's take a look here on, I have here MicroStrategy, and why I'm bringing on this one is because notice that after recent very strong decline, we are again seeing market consolidating. In fact, market or price broke that trend line of potential triangle here. Okay, and this same trend line, notice that is trying to act as a resistance here. Okay, so again, if Bitcoin will continue to move to the downside, then as you know, this will impact the MicroStrategy as well. So for now, even this one, I mean, it's not looking bullish, but maybe it could be quite interesting around 80 or so. So for now, just keep in mind that these are still the bearish trends in full swings. However, here we have Nvidia, which is, as you know, could be quite important when it comes to graphic cards. So especially because of minings, it could have interesting correlations with cryptocurrencies. And what I see here, yes, it's a bearish structure. We have these 5 waves down, but notice that market reversed quite nicely to the upside recently, with a very strong break out of this downward channel. So normally what this means is that 5 wave drop is finished, and whenever the 5 wave drop is finished, what would you expect? Well, a 3 wave rise, right? So that's the minimum expectations. I will be looking for a wave C to the upside after this wave B setback. Now ideal support could be here around 140. There we have also some small gap here. Okay, so this could be quite interesting when it comes to Bitcoin, because maybe when Bitcoin hits a new low, we may not see a new low print here on Nvidia. So here you could actually see a higher low here. Okay, so this could be quite interesting. I have also here Bitcoin, as you can see, there's a quite tight correlation. However, there was some negative correlation lately, but after this recent peak on cryptocurrencies, even this Nvidia is turning to the downside. So my idea is that if we see potential here, as I said, an ending diagonal on Bitcoin, okay, and then a bounce from a new low, which is expected from Elliott wave terms, then same pullback, or I mean same move could be actually a pullback for a wave B here on Nvidia. Okay, so when Bitcoin prints a new low, we could see maybe a lower supports here retested on Nvidia and then turn to the upside. Of course, the key is to observe the Bitcoin, what will happen down there around 14,000, 12,000. If we see a bounce, if Nvidia will be able also to stabilize here around 140, I think that there can be a very nice chance for more upside here. So invalidation level of this wave count on Nvidia is definitely here at 108, because if that's the starting point of a new current bull cycle, which after all could be temporary, still this low should hold here when wave B will fully unfold. Okay, traders, thank you very much for your attention. I hope that you enjoyed this video and talk to you soon. Bye.